What are markers and how do we use them to train our dog? So I have positive markers and negative markers in my program. A positive marker is a noise for me, but it can also be a yes, good, or whatever noise you want to make. I recommend onomatopoeias, but that's just me. I use onomatopoeias because they take a lot less energy and air, so I can use them multiple times, but a lot of other people would rather use yes or something like that. To each their own. I also have negative markers. A negative marker for me is an noise, which tells my dog that they're doing something wrong. That is telling them that they should not do that behavior anymore, where my positive marker is telling them that they should repeat that behavior. I also need to mark the exact moments. So the moment my dog is doing something I don't want them to do, I disrupt them by doing the noise. They hear it. They're like, oh, what's going on? And then they stop that behavior. They stop the behavior. I mark because that's what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to stop that behavior. They did it. I acknowledge their good behavior that I want repeated. I mark it. When it comes to specific dog training, like teaching my dog to sit, I need to mark the exact moment they do the action I was hoping that they would do / I want them to repeat in the future. So if my dog is sitting, I need to mark the moment their butt touches the ground. And it's because that is the action in the moment I want repeated in the future. So I have Riley here, and we're going to lure her into a heel, and I want the moment that her butt touches the ground to be the moment that I mark. And then I give the treat. So when I'm first teaching the lure, I do things that my dogs already know. If it's just pulling out and following the hand, then it's just that. If my dog just knows sit, it's sit. I mark the moment, and then I sit. I want it to be very simple and easy for my dogs to understand. Oh, whoops. I don't want to feed the exact same moment that I mark. If I wasn't going to use markers, then I would need to feed the exact moment her butt touches the ground because she would be getting rewarded for that behavior. But the markers make it to where I don't have to be perfect on giving that treat in that exact moment, but still let her know that that is why she's being rewarded. Dogs can only pay attention to one thing at a time, so I need to mark then reward in order for the mark to mean I am predicting that I'm going to be rewarded for this later. So for example, I have Riley here. I'm going to put her in front position. I'm going to put her in heel position. So what happened there was in her attention span, I marked 2 different actions and she got rewarded for both of them with one treat. That is why we mark behaviors. I didn't need to give her a treat for both of those actions. Instead, I marked them and she was confident that she would be rewarded for what I acknowledged that she did later. Good job. If I wanted her to stop a behavior that she was doing, I would at negative behavior when she was doing it. When she stopped, because I wanted her to stop, I would mark that behavior. If I'm doing things like luring, I mark every finished behavior. If I'm doing something that I want her to repeat that's not already understood by her, then I mark the start of that good behavior. So if I am teaching her to come, the moment that she starts coming towards me is the action I want repeated. So that's the action that I want to mark. Come. You knocked it out of my hand again.